Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice,
Here we go.
I know who I should go see.
How y'all doing today? Everybody doing all right? I hope so.
Around Town Radio.
Show.
That's where I go for the latest planned info. So Around Town Radio.
Thing autofocus. It's weird.
For the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio.
Sing it, Mark Robinson.
Show. The All Around Town Radio.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Weekend Update. It is a Monday. Hope you had a great weekend of live local music. If you didn't get it posted on our page, drop it in the comments. We want to hear from you and who you got to see this weekend. We'll be right back with our list.
It's the Weekend Review. Top 5 coming for you.
Hi, Glenn.
Speaking with the
You like that, Leslie?
sometimes they don't
I'm repping.
show well. Whatever,
I'm repping.
Coming, who's playing out on
What's up, Ed?
Jam with the Who's Who of Talent. Come Friday night.
Hi, Bill.
Ready to race on
Hi, Matt. What's up, Matthew?
with all around, you know, plan to do it well.
Oh, yeah.
So All Around Town Radio Show. That's where I go for the latest planned info.
All right. It's time to get it started. Hope you're hearing us all right, because I'm not hearing anything. I'm hearing weirdness in my ears here. I am. I'm a mess. I'm a mess today, but it is a Monday, you know. Life is hectic right now. It is. Life is hectic, people. Some of you may be enjoying the summer. Yeah. Thank you, Sweet Sister Mercy, for our theme song there. We want to thank you for that, Rob Nadler, for mixing that one down in the studios. And let's see who's checking in here. I said hi. I made it to Matt. I got Skip from Liars for Hire in the house. Great to see you Friday night as well. We're going to talk about y'all here in a minute. I'll only say good things, though. Good afternoon, John Esper from Columbus. Good to have you with us. Hello, Beth. Thank you for being with us. Good to have you with us. Thank you. I love the shirt. I do. Thanks to the band for the shirt, Beth. Belinda in the house. Got to see her hubby play on Thursday night. I did, and ran into Belinda. I hadn't seen Belinda in ages. So, yeah, I got a chance to catch her. I got stuff all over the screen today. If you haven't ever seen the other side of the studio, what's not behind me here, it's 3 big screens and the laptop, which is running a lot of it, and it's a mess today. It is. Hollywood in the house. What's up, brother? Good to have you with us. Bob Klein checking in from Columbus. Good to have you with us, Bob. Thank you for being here. And welcome, guys. This is our weekend update. We call it Backstage Hall Pass to Local Music, your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more here at Hall Around Town Radio. And, of course, your home for everything music in the tri-state. So anytime this week you feel inclined, hit that little share button on one of our shows and show it to your music loving friends. Keep those numbers rolling if you can. We did all right this week. We got a little, for some reason, some sort of a problem with the Book of Face. So they shut some things down on us. They do that quite a bit. But I must have played something in there. I haven't even had a chance to look at it yet. But we were between the YouTube and the Book of Face, about 5,000 views. So that's a good thing on Thursday's show. And every time you hit that share button on it, it helps. And that's the one that's the most important one of the week, as we say, that supports our live local music community and the venues that bring it to you. And right now, it's tough for some of the venues. I'm going to say that out loud because these venues work hard, but it seems like every city now is providing free concerts. They found that's just some sort of cool niche. And so a lot of people are going to these outdoor events and such. And got to support those music venues, though, that keep us alive all year long, people. Just keep that in mind. I mean, I'm not saying don't go to the city events. They're always good and fun. But this time of year, it can be tough for the bar business. So if you can, support those events. For real, for real, for real. And let's see who's checking in. Who else is out there? Gina McCann in the house. How you doing, Gina? You know, I got to say I'm sorry for last Thursday. I thought it was going to be a rain out, and you guys ended up playing, and I didn't go. I was one of those. Sorry, Gina. I missed out on you. What's up, Lewis? Thank you for being here. In Franklin, coming to us from Franklin, Ohio. If you're out there, guys, it's your first time, say hi and tell us where you are. Gina said, yeah, it's a hard time of year for bars. It is. There's so much outdoor stuff going on. Kathy Stewart in the house. Got to see her on Thursday. Jerry Nimmersheim got to hang with my dude there on Saturday night. David Linda in the house. And yes, thank you, Gina. I know you're always out there supporting. You and Tim are great supporters of other bands and music. And yes, Ed didn't make it either. Bad at predicting the weather. Yeah, I thought it was monsooning at my house last Thursday, Ed, and I didn't go, and I should have. I should. Gina's giving me a demerit. That's right. I sling demerits all the time. Hi, Barker. How are you? Thank you for being here. Looks like you had a great show on Saturday night up there in Springfield at the Arts Fest. Brad from Abe's Lincoln in the house. Thank you for being here, Brad. All right, I got to get started, guys. I do. Like I said, thanks for all the shares on the Thursday show. And don't forget to follow us on all the socials. We're on the Insta, the Book of Face, the Tube of You, and, of course, the Tick of Talk. We're on a lot of this stuff. So follow us on those if you can. We'd appreciate that a lot. And don't forget also our weekly programming, our Thursday Who's Playing Out show, brought to you by Heathers in Springboro, Ohio, and Wednesday with the band. This week, Denny Cottle and his band joining me on Wednesday. Tuesday, Hot Topic Tuesday, Karis will be back this week. And, if you have an idea for a hot topic you'd like us to discuss on that show, you can send it to us. We'd love to hear from you. And then, of course, our Monday show, which we're doing right now. This is what we're talking about, our week in music. And if you saw somebody play over the weekend and you didn't get it posted on our call for it on the page, please give us a little comment here. And, yes, Dewey said the rain kept him away from River's Edge on Thursday and you regret it. Yeah. I know, man. It's so unpredictable. And literally Wednesday and Thursday at my house, I had 3 inches of rain both days. It was crazy. I was up this morning cleaning gutters out because they're full of leaves and debris. And you don't care. Nobody cares what I do in the daytime. They just care if I make it on here and talk about their band. And that's what we're going to do. What's up, Dave? Thank you for being here. He said, gee, your band smells terrific and Doghouse were good. There is a lot of talent in this tri-state area. There really is. So welcome to the program, guys. And I'm going to hit real quick. I'm going to go back to Wednesday, even though it's not live music. My Name That Tune, I want to give a big shout out to the trivia players, Name That Tune trivia players who show up at Heathers every week. Rain, shine, sleet, snow, tornadoes, crazy storms, you name it, they're there. 250 plus people on Wednesday night, 36 teams playing on the patio. Name That Tune. It's a blast. If you're a musician and you haven't been there yet, please come out. We love to acknowledge our musicians and show the crowd that they're there in the house as well playing. And sometimes they don't do so well. Sometimes they do really well. It just depends on the genre or whatever we're playing. And you might even get to do the walk of shame and come up and get a loser prize, which is so much fun. Tracy Lynn in the house. How are you? Thank you for being here. And yeah, you don't care if I'm cleaning gutters. What are you talking about? That's a bunch of BS, Tracy. It is. But yeah, I was up on a ladder cleaning gutters this morning, which is really fun. Carrie in the house. Got to see some of your pictures over the weekend, Carrie. You do such a good job as well. We've got great photographers in this town as well. And Ed Sawicki I got to hang with on Friday night. And we'll talk about that here right about a minute from now. But thank you to the Name That Tune players who are at Heather's. We do that every Wednesday all the way through November. I'd love to see you there if you can. Now, I want to talk about Thursday for a minute. Our friends from Until Rust, Shane and Rob, were playing at Mr. Burroughs Tavern for the evening show there. And they had Dave Garwood from Velvet Crush and Velvet Crush Unplugged join them on the cajon. Now, Dave's normally a front man playing guitar, but he was on the cajon, and it was a really good mix, and his harmonies blended in with the Until Rust gang there was just so good on Thursday night. Love Shane and Rob. I've been following them since day one. I mean, since they first started playing, they did a battle of the bands with me. And those guys have just always grown on me every time I go see them. It's so much fun. Don't get to see him as much as I'd like, but I have seen some of Shane's other projects recently, Half-Life and Sword. And it's neat to see him collaborate with other musicians like that and bring Dave Garwood in and just sit in for a good night of music. There was a great crowd there at Mr. Burroughs on Thursday for a Thursday night. I did stop at Heather's. I made a stop there, and ATP, unfortunately, was supposed to play that night and had to cancel. So I didn't get to see live music there, but I did make it up to Burroughs to see Shane and Rob, which I had planned. And then what a surprise to see David there. David's, he's just a great talent, and he's so likable as well as Shane and Rob are. They're just good people, and it's wonderful. And Dewey says they have a great album on streaming. They do. And Shane's voice is just unmistakable. It's wonderful. Glenn said he got 142 pictures at the Eagles Project in Renfro Valley. That looked like a good one. It did. Glad to see you were, I'm sure, front row and center there, Mr. Glenn, as always. And so if you haven't followed Until Rust yet, if you've had your head in the sand and missed out on these guys, do that. And you can follow Shane DeMoss Music as well for all his projects. Half-Life's a great band, by the way. I've had the chance to see them several times recently. And it's cool to see that community in both Dayton and Cincinnati prosper. I mean, the Dayton community has been falling in together and doing a lot of things together and collaborations and so on. And then the Cincinnati community has always been that way. So really some good stuff to see. And thank you for a good show. I hadn't seen Robbie play in a long time with Until Rust. So it was good to see him again and have the opportunity to see both Shane and Rob's lovely brides in the house. Gosh, there was mother-in-laws there. There was everybody. There were moms there. Good stuff. Wives. Yes. Garwood as well. Dana, she was in the house. So great stuff. And I reported so many times on them and the songs they play and the stuff. And I really didn't cut my teeth on that style music. I can tell you that in those days when that music was all coming out, a lot of the 90s stuff, the alt rock stuff, I was running a dance club. So I was playing a lot of dance and hip hop music and things like that. So yeah, it's still fun for me though. And I enjoy it a whole lot. And let's see what else is coming in on the comments here before I get into anything else today. Jeff Smith, how are you? Thank you for being here. And Belinda says, great watching great musicians play together on the fly. Yeah, and there's no rehearsal to any of this. It's just sit down and play. And you know that song? Yeah, we'll try it. And it works. It works so well. And again, what a great trio it was on Thursday night, and a treat to be there and have Mr. Garwood join him as a special guest. And I know Shane does that quite a bit, bringing people in with him. And he's had Mike Miller from Party Punch play and some other folks. So that's what I got to say about that on Thursday. Let me move into Friday, though, because if you haven't seen my pictures online, you need to check them out. And then you go look at real good pictures, and those are Ed Sawicki's. I'm a hacker with the phone. Ed is a pro. And Ed was in the house that night to have the opportunity to take some pictures at Heather's on Friday night with our friends from Liars for Hire. Dewey says, yeah, Half-Life's finally returning to the bell on the 25th. Good deal. You're going to love that one as always. You know, I got a chance to see him twice this month. So, yeah, good stuff. He says next month in July. Yeah, it's still June by a day. We're all right. So let's talk about Liars for Hire. Can I just say, thank you, Ed, Ed is so kind to me about my crappy pictures sometimes because they really are. I get one or two out of a whole bunch that I think, well, it's not a bad shot. But Ed had a chance to venture north, and he hung out. He made it to see curious animals at the Miamisburg Moose and shoot them, not literally, but video or photo shoot. And then he made it to Heather's on the patio to hang out with, a packed house there at Heather's for Liars for Hire. I'm just going to say, crazy good band. I have followed these guys for several years now, and not that they were bad to begin with at all, but they have improved so much, and their show is so refined now. It's a hell of a show. I got to say that. They have really brought it to a new level, and they bring an incredible crowd with them everywhere they play. They have this, can I say cult following? That's a horrible term, but it's, they have this following of people who just love them, and their families are there. Everybody shows up, their neighbors, their friends, it's a really friendly, good show. And one thing I really enjoy about Liars for Hire, and Ed just said it here in the comments. Beth said liars are awesome. They are. And Ed said such great energy. And I was going to get into that as well, because they have amazing stage presence and energy with the crowd. I love a band, and I call it going mobile. Who goes mobile? You'll turn around and the bass player's playing next to you. And the next thing you know, the guitar player's out in the crowd playing next to you. And the lead singer's out there singing to you. I love that. And it really connects with the audience. It's just one of those things, there are musicians who stand on stage with their hand on the mic stand and never leave. If you've got a wireless, get out there. Entertain the crowd. Don't be afraid. Make sure your sound's dialed in before you do that, though. Don't be squeaking, as they say, but get out there and enjoy your audience. I will say Liars for Hire sound was the best I've ever heard. Sound was outstanding. Yes, Mr. Zink did a great job on that. And this band just keeps getting better. They do. Every time I see them, their energy level goes up. And when I said, I don't think they could get any more energetic, and I've seen them play everything from a American Legion Hall to a full-blown bar and stage and all that stuff, as they did at Heather's the other night. Just a quality group. And I want to run through some of the songs. A lot of people love when I give a set list on the show. So if you like a set list here, please comment on some of these songs. I'm going to see if I can focus on this. Starting out their night with Blitzkrieg Bop. What I want you to hear is the diversity in this set list. This is a band where I talk about playing all genres, all styles, all ages. This band does that. Twist and Shout, Honky Tonk Woman, Mustang Sally, Interstate Love Song. This is the list. Buddy Holly, Jesse's Girl, Centerfold, Talk Dirty to Me, Creep, Basket Case, You Really Got Me, Brown Eyed Girl, 1 Week, Seven Nation Army, Inside Out, Midnight Rider, Stacy's Mom, she's got it going on, Jolene, Blister in the Sun, and The Chain. Okay? There's set one, people. Did you hear that diversity? I mean, what a band set. Amazing. Thank you, Jimmy Kilroy. I'll throw that up in the comments there of who you got to see this weekend. Steve Folieros, I love him. Good stuff. and the Cassette Junkies. Thank you to Megan Miller, by the way, for filling in last week on the Tuesday show when Karis was on special assignment in Las Vegas. Allison Road in the house. How are you? Thank you for being here. Again, you guys look like you had a great show on Saturday. Mike Grosser, how are you, buddy? Good to have you. I'm never looking good. I got a face for radio, Mike, but thank you for that. So let me get to set 2 of the liars here. There were a whole lot of liars in the house that night, let me tell you. How about Detroit Rock City? Thunderstruck. Semi-Charmed Life. My Own Worst Enemy. Wild Thing. Complete with a recorder solo. I'm not shitting you, by the way. A recorder solo. Yes. You Shook Me All Night Long. Possum Kingdom. In Bloom. Don't Let Me Down. Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. You talk about going back in time. Love that song. All For You. Into Country Roads. John Denver. Friends in Low Places. One Last Breath. Zombie Into Lump. Everlong. The Middle. Shine. Yes. Sugar Going Down. She Effin' Hates Me. Folsom Prison Blues. All the Small Things. 500 Miles. Beverly Hills. And then they play what they call the Wheel of Mortune, which could be a lot of the encore stuff. Mr. Brightside, it could be into Get Back, Wagon Wheel, Hard to Handle, American Girl, Teenage Dirtbag. Yes, Sex is on Fire and Ballroom Blitz all thrown in there. That's Liars for Hire's set. What an amazing one. Ed said he caught the recorder solo. What's up, Debbie Vance? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're well. I do. Maybe someday we'll bump into each other again. Yes, Ed, the recorder solo was, how do we sum that up, Ed? Amazing. I mean, it took me back to elementary school playing a recorder in elementary music class. It was really good, though. Let me just say, this band's front, and it's not just one front man, but the whole front lineup is just exciting. And then you got Skip back there, our good buddy Skip, pounding the drums and doing a great job. And one thing I loved about them too is on the break, and they took a very short break and 2 big long sets, and I love that. Took a short break and got out there and worked the crowd. Nobody was standing outside, on the sidewalk smoking and doing all that business. They worked the crowd. They were talking to their friends, family, everybody that was there, and just a really good show. How are you, Steve Stein? And Denny Cottle, who's going to join me on Wednesday, is here. Thank you. We just mentioned that a little bit ago. And Quentin Fife is in the house as well. What's up, Quentin? Denny, watch for that link to the show to come your way tonight, by the way. And what's this? Tammy says, Ditch must be, he popped up on my feed today. Thanks for being his friend. You're great. Thank you, Tammy. Appreciate you very much. And Ditch as well. Missed well. Very, very, very much missed. And Nick Wheeler, thank you for joining us today. So that was our Liars for Hire. I could go on and on about Liars for Hire, and all I can say is pure energy, an absolutely crazy good band that anyone would be glad to have in their venue, and they bring a huge crowd with them too, which adds to the crowd that's already there. And like I said, you can check out the pictures on our Book of Face page, but you can also check out our friend Ed Sawicki. He's got great ones, or the band page, Liars for Hire. Make sure you follow him. Get an opportunity to look at that for sure. And yeah, Denny, it'll be great. We'll have a good time on the show there. And what do we got here? Scotty says, imagine being 5th grade learning to play recorder when Titanic came out. Oh, yeah. That song is like nails on a chalkboard to me. It is. Wow. Allison Rhodes going to be there to watch Denny on Wednesday, too. They were just on the show recently, and I got the chance to attend their wonderful fundraiser for Larkin. It was good. It really was. All right. I got to move on, unfortunately, from Liars for Hire because, like I said, I could talk about them forever. Just let that set list sink in. That is a good, well-rounded band and really good stuff. And Brad says hot cross buns on the recorder. Oh, we're going to get into a recorder conversation here. We are. Yes. We all need recorder solos, don't we, Denny? Yes. I'm going to bring a recorder on the show one day and play my theme song. That'll be a show. It really will. All right, I got to move on. Thank you, Liars for Hire. Wonderful stuff. And thank you to Heather's. Heather's is my go-to in the summer months. It's close. It's nice. I see a variety of wonderful bands. And Jerry and I, if you're still out there, Jerry, we get to sit back in the lifeguard table, we call it, back in the corner where you can see the entire room. So bands don't take, don't be down if you see me go to the back corner. It's not because I'm out of the way. It's because I like to watch the whole room and see what's going on. And so does Jerry. Kevin Cooper's back in town. Thank you, Kevin. Good to have you. And Skip, thank you, man. Awesome night and venue is right. It was wonderful. And Carla, you missed the first set list. I cannot believe you missed it. You'll have to go back and watch it because it's a hell of a set list. I know Carla always enjoys the set list. So let's go to Saturday. Guess where I went? Had to go see a debut of a band I hadn't seen, and it was right here again in my backyard at Heather's. Suburban Riot. May I just say, they brought so many friends. Really, you could tell that because those friends were really, really into the band. They brought their own sound and lighting. I got to give Leslie, if she's still on here, a big shout out. Larry Cherry says, love the lifeguard stand. We do. What's up, Sean Cooper? Thank you for being here. I haven't seen Coop in a while. Good to see you. See him on the show. Don't see him in person like I'd like to. So let's talk about Suburban Riot. Can we? Can we talk about Suburban Riot here? It's very important that we do. And let me just say that I had never seen this band in my life. I had met Leslie at Name That Tune Trivia several times and been told she's a killer drummer. And this is a young lady who took up drumming just a few years back. She's killer. Does a great job. All of us were talking about that. And yeah, when I found out that she hadn't been playing drums that long, it's amazing. So it's Leslie's midlife crisis, I think, playing the drums. Is that what we call it, Leslie? Something there, but it's good and it's great. And Suburban Riot put on a hell of a show. Now, I do have one suggestion for Suburban Riot, and don't take it as a big negative. People get all uptight when I say something. You have beautiful lighting, move it up so we can see your faces. We could not get pictures because of that. It was tough. So, I mean, we got some pictures, but they weren't of the quality we like to do. So raise those lights up off those stands and get them up high and light the band up because we want to see y'all. And lighting guy did a great job, though, of doing the lights. It just was at your waist level, and that was hard to see, especially in the back of the room. And sound was great. Sound was good. Occasionally, Heather's is a tough room for sound, so occasionally we lost the vocals in the music mix, but it's just somebody that's got to stay right on top of it. And it's one of those things where it works better with the iPad when you can move around and hear the room versus a standard location like the board was set up there. But Jerry says we love lights. We do, Jerry, don't we? It sure helps taking pictures. Ed will tell you that too. I mean, Ed's the one, and I bounce a lot off Ed about taking pictures with my iPhone, and he tells me that lighting is just so important. And he can edit and do a lot of things I can't or don't take the time to do, I should say. But I can brighten my pictures, but that's about it. Bob says he loves to see women play drums in a non-creepy way. Yes, Bob, you would love Leslie playing drums. You would. She was just so talented, and she smiles the whole time. I love that. Ed says it makes all the difference. Hi, Mark. Thank you for being here. And Mark, again, my condolences go out to you, my friend. And Carla says that's killer, some serious naturals on drums. Yeah, and I didn't get, you know what I did? I really screwed up. Hi, Todd from Liars for Hire. He's here. Good to have you. I did not get the name of all the band members. So, Leslie, if you're out there, if you want to drop them in the comments, I would love to see them because I just ran out of time today to grab that from you. And I've got some set list stuff here for Suburban Riot. But before I do that, This is another band that had good energy, brought a huge crowd, and the crowd loved them. And then also, and gosh, I'm trying to remember her name. She sang a song, and it brought everybody out of their seats. The bass player, and she was on here just a minute, Beth, I believe is her name. And she sang a song and brought everybody out of their seats. And they were up there encouraging her and cheering for her. So it's obvious maybe she doesn't sing very often in the band. I don't know. But it was good stuff. And Nick said, Beth. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. And Todd said those guys are great. Yeah, first time I'd ever seen them. And I've got some of the songs from their set list. Let's see what we got. Interstate Love Song, Shine, When I'm Gone, Brick in the Wall, Eleanor Rigby, Heavy Metal, Say It Ain't So, Basket Case, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Careless Whisper in there as well. And then some other stuff, Bark at the Moon. I'm trying to see what I got here. Breaking the Law, Hitching a Ride, Hate Myself for Loving You. I think that might have been Beth. Turn Up the Radio, Holy Diver. I love to hear that. Into the Fire, Don't Tell Me You Love Me, Lithium, and Zombie. And then some other tunes that were on their list that I had a chance to snap a photo of. Money for Nothing, Sedated, Baba O'Reilly, Don't You Forget About Me. Let's put our fist in the air for that. Melt With You, Wish You Were Here, Plush, December, Bullet with Butterfly Wings, and Symphony, all thrown in there on their set list. How about that, people? Good stuff. Good stuff from this band, Suburban Riot. And let's see. Zach said that was her first time ever singing lead vocals in front of a crowd. Wow. She did a great job. She really did. And what is this? Dan says, Suburban Riot moonlights as your personal heroes. I love it. Love it, Dan. They were great. They really were. I get to see so much good music at Heather's. I do. And her first time, how about that, singing? All right, Leslie has provided the band names. So obviously, Dustin Williams is in there doing the lead stuff. Zach Williams on rhythm guitar and vocals. Beth Grilliot. You related to Grilliots with up north in Inglewood area? Let me know that, Beth. Tom Burr on lead guitar and vocals. And of course, Leslie whacking on those drums back there like a champ. Good stuff. Beating the drums. She did a good job. And wonderful, wonderful stuff. And Beth, you did a great job. It was great to see you guys. I'm sorry my pictures kind of sucked of you guys because I would have rather had some good photos, but I just couldn't get it to work right. And what's Beth got to say? Oh, yeah. Yeah. They own a barbecue joint up there now, but they used to be in the fire apparel business, like firefighting gear. The Grillios, as they were known. Yes, Carla says, wow, good stuff. And Leslie, thank you. So, folks, I noticed that I think Suburban Riot has like 800 and some followers. Let's get it to 1,000. Let's get everybody to get on there and bump that up and hit like or follow on their page, if I remember correctly, and Liars for Hire as well. And jump in on that. I will go see Suburban Riot again. Thank you for the shirt, by the way. We'll represent that on the show quite often. And I've worn the Liars for Hire shirt on here numerous times. I thought about putting it on over it and just taking it off, but I was afraid I might expose people to something they don't want to see. So, yeah. And thank you, Carla, for saying on it. Yeah, follow them, Carla. You'll love this band, and really, really good stuff. And everybody we talk about here, we try our best not to ever say anything to the point of negativity. And the only thing I said here today on that was about the lighting, and that's just a personal preference and all that. Some people like the lights, some people don't. And Zach, thank you so much. Appreciate you very much. And Carla says share. Yes, share it as well. So real quick, let me throw in there because I'm running out of time. Sunday, and I'll get back to Suburban Riot. I got one more thing about them in a minute. But Sunday, last night, Michael Jackson, the musical. at the Schuster. Yeah. Can I just say, wow. Every time I go to the Schuster, and I've had tickets to the Broadway series for years there, and every time I go, I am wowed by the talent. And this kid who did Michael, the old version of Michael, they had 3 versions, the young Michael, the middle-aged Michael before the plastics and all that, and then the after plastics Michael. All 3 of them were great. This guy that did the older Michael was just absolutely stunning vocal-wise. It was a hell of a show, a great story of Michael Jackson's life. And, it kind of got you in the feels because it made you realize that this guy, everybody, especially in the end of his life, was looking for something wrong with Michael Jackson, and he was an eccentric, strange bird, but the world made him that way. They made him a superstar and then destroyed him, basically. And because this guy was so talented from day one when he was just a little kid. And what a good show. And anytime you go to the Schuster, I was 4th row center, and man, really cool. Great show. If you get a chance to see MJ, the musical, please check it out. Please do. For real. What else we got here? Yeah, lots of people. Todd, did you see it? Did you see that? Or were you talking about what I was talking about with Suburban Riot? I don't know. The comments are so damn late on this sometimes. And yes, it's good. Hate myself for loving you. That's what Beth did. Yeah, she did. That was it. That was it. They did Autograph. Turn up the radio. I mean, come on. Turn up the radio. Who does that? Well, a couple bands I know do it, but I love that song. That's a go-to song at Name That Tune trivia sometimes when I do the 80s rounds, and a lot of people don't know it. That and Aldo Nova. Yes, we throw that one in there as well. Hot Topic Tuesday tomorrow. Karis is back. Get ready for the F-bombs to drop on the show. Thank you to Megan Miller for filling in last week. Did a remarkable job, as always, and she's great to look at as well as Karis is, and I'm not. So join us for that. And that'll be happening tomorrow. And, Todd says saw the stage production in Las Vegas. Yeah, killer show, man. The way they put that together, it's amazing. And Wednesday with the band, Denny's going to join me. Tune in for that. You want to see some fun stuff going on there. We'll be talking about some really good stuff going on in his life and the band's life. So join me on Wednesday with the band. And Thursday show, Who's Playing Out, brought to you by our friends at Heather's. We would love to feature your music. And like Suburban Riot, if you want to send me your stuff, we'd be glad to put it on when you're playing and feature your music on Thursdays, as we do Liars for Hire and Until Rust and the rest of the bands we talked about today. That's going to do it. Thank you, Ed, for checking in, and I'll catch you soon, Ed. Hopefully see you soon. And the rest of you, thank you for supporting live local music, everybody. We appreciate it so much. We'll be back tomorrow live at 5 with Karis and Scott and Hot Topic Tuesday, and then Wednesday with the band, noon on Wednesdays. Join us for that one as well. And remember our motto here, guys. Get out and support live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you. Notice I say venues. Please support the venues. It's very important that we keep them alive. It is. Thank you, Bill, for being here. Todd, thank you for checking in. Got a few more folks. Glenn, thank you for that. I want to see those photos from the Eagles Project show over the weekend. Ryan Fife, thank you for being here. Good to see you. And again, guys, anybody we talk about on the show, please follow and like their page. We'll see you next time here at All Around Town Radio. Bye-bye for now. Hi, Emily. Like you had a great show over the weekend, too. River's Edge. I didn't know you were out there.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. Flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man on
Thank you, Beth.
Into the music scene.
Bob, I don't know what you're talking about, but whatever.
the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio
Show.
that's where I go for the latest planned info.
Don't forget the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities they may represent.
It's the all around town radio.
Yeah, and like us on Facebook if you haven't yet.
The all around town radio. It's the Weekend Review. Top 5 are coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're covering who's playing